So this is just to show you, this is Ivy's milk. So she's a Dexy cow, and so she's half Jersey and half Dexter. And I mean, when you mix the two breeds, you can get anything really. And I think she's more Jersey than Dexter. So let's just have a look at this cream. This is from one day. Very thick and lovely. Just so it does take a while for the cream to come to the surface. So you can do this after a day, but and even in I mean, when you've milked it, when it's completely fresh and you just have it sitting, I often just have it because when I'm drinking fresh milk, just have it in the kitchen, and you can see the cream surfacing quite quickly. So I think this is very much like pure Jersey milk, and it has a lot of cream. So I'm making butter at the moment because I have so much milk, and I've actually been feeling really bad about it because I don't know anyone who wants raw milk, because people are just not into things that I'm into. That's just the way it is where I live. And so I have a lot of milk. So what do? So I think this is a great idea because we use butter and ghee, and the chickens love milk. So I sour the milk, all this leftover skimmed milk, I sour, or I can pour some vinegar into it and just boil it, and it just has to sour a bit first, and then I heat it so that all the cheese comes off, so the protein coagulates, and all that cheese they eat. Because if I just give them yogurt, they don't really want it. So that's what I do. So the chickens are being fed cheese and whole wheat. So, and of course all that they can find in nature. So this was how much she makes in a day. She makes a little bit more milk actually. So I think a litre more than this she makes in a day on just hay and also some molasses. But she's only getting hay at the moment, or haylage, because yeah, there's not much grass. Although it's spring, it's not much grass yet. So this has been sitting for, this is actually, I think this is actually all her milk. So she's making about 8 litres, I think. This has been sitting for one day. It's more or less the same. So I think it all does rise within 24 hours. You can get those cream separators, but really they are so noisy and you have to wash them. And doing things by hand is also wonderful, nice and peaceful. And what has man been doing for a couple of million years? We've been doing things by hand, and it's very stimulating to not always use machines. It's good for the brain, I think. It's just good for everything. That's, I think, what's one of the problems for mankind. I mean, amongst all the problems, is that it's too monotonous. Our life is too monotonous. And when you do different things, it's just so just brings so much joy, I think. And then there's the whole thing of this being such a healing food, especially when it's soured. That's what I find with my own body. I mean, the soured milk, the fermented milk is just like medicine. Whereas this can be hard on the body if you're not really, have a really healthy gut. So I'm going to make some butter. I mean, there's still cream in there, but most of it I got off. So I mean, she's only a heifer, so I reckon she's doing well. This is how much she made. I think there must be about 2 litres, maybe 2.5 litres of cream. So I'm gonna make this lukewarm and add acidophilus milk and let it sour so it gets thick, and then we can make some butter. See you, my friend.